I have not seen a Gideon interior, and if you're ordering a LTZ, you can get this. I love this color. Welcome back to JB Reviews. I have a 2024 Chevy Silverado 3500 LT, and this truck has leather. So I want to show you guys this build. Special shout out to one of my followers. He actually ordered a truck. He doesn't even live in Utah, but he ordered a truck. He saw one of my videos and ordered it from Seiner Chevrolet, and I really appreciate that guy, seriously. So I'm going to show you your truck, and let's go ahead and start with the window sticker. This is a really cool build on this truck, and let's go ahead and see how it was optioned. This is the spec of the truck up top with the colors and the powertrain, and be sure to pause for the standard equipment. Base price is going to be $55,400, and then here are the options. A lot of good stuff here. The diesel option is going to be the most expensive one, but the convenience package has a lot of goodies too. Gooseneck 5th wheel prep package is there. Leather seats is available with the LT, and it's not that much money too, $985. And then this one did have the bucket seats added. Convenience package too, and a few other things listed below. Destination comes in at $1,895 with a total price of $72,365. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it, but on the convenience package, LED fog lights do come a part of that. So those are an option on an LT. Halogen headlights and incandescent turn signals. Love the grille. It's mostly blacked out in the center, and then you have that chrome running side to side, which actually does look pretty good. Hood scoop above, they did raise it for 2024. And then you have lower chrome. Now, I do like that GM doesn't give you that huge diffuser down below like Ford does. And then off to the side, you have an 18-inch wheel wrapped in a Michelin LTX AT2 tire. And then here's the size, LT 275/70/18. And then here's the capacities, 3,640 pounds at 80 PSI cold. Independent front suspension, fabric material for the wheel wells, and no chrome here, which is actually not a bad thing. I actually like the way they have the mirrors, and there's no lights. Now these are manually operated if you want to pull them out for tow mode, but they are going to be power folding. I'll show it to you in a second. I believe they're power folding. I'll let you guys know in a second though. Painted door handles, smart key system. Remember, this is an LT truck. And even like around the windows too, there's no chrome. And I think that GM has one of the best looking single rear wheel long beds. And I think a lot of it is the steps on the side. I think that it breaks up the size of the bed and it makes it look a little bit nicer. I still think that Ford has the best dually long bed, but yeah, this looks pretty darn good. Now all GM needs to do is add a larger fuel tank, but it does have a 36 gallon, which is bigger than Ram's, and 7 gallon for DEF. And then here's your suspension, 2 overload leaf springs, and then you have 5 leaves in the main pack. I don't normally mention this, but you do have wax coated frames. Not my favorite thing about this truck, but hey. The good thing about that is there's not a lot of maintenance that you have to do. Like all you have to just do is spray it off with the water hose, and that's it. Nothing more. And check out the back. You have a few emblems, chrome lower bumper, class 5 receiving hitch, 4 and 7 pin. And because this is a diesel, 342 axle ratio out back, camera and light for your conventional hitch too. Now let's see if this is a dampened tailgate. Sure is. 5th wheel prep package. You have your 4 and 7 pin. Now I have an LTZ. I don't even have these on my truck, so obviously they're going to be an option on the LT. So I think they should come standard on the LTZ personally. So 120 volt plug here, and they stamp the Chevy logo right there. And there's no cameras up there, but that's gonna be full LED. Now let's see if this is power. I would be very surprised. Oh wow. So So the tailgate is power. I should have checked to see if that's a part of that convenience package too. Now you're gonna have incandescent bulbs in your taillights. And here's the truck in the sun on this side. I think that this is my favorite diesel engine for 2023. The Gen 2 L5P is amazing. The updates that they did to the turbo and combustion, you can really notice it like just about everywhere. Down low, you have 25% more low-end torque. And for this year, 470 horsepower, up from 445, 975 pound-feet of torque, up from 910. So you can really notice that torque in the mid-range, because if you're just cruising and you punch it, it goes hard. I mean, I towed up a 6% grade with my dually. It did fantastic, held the speed, and it didn't lose speed too. 10-speed Allison. First, second, and third gear are really deep, which is why the rear axle is 342. It's pretty high gear, I would say. I would like for GM to do an optional 410, only because people like me like to, you know, modify trucks and do big tires. And it would be nice to be able to have that 410, so when you obviously, you know, run that larger tire, you're not changing the gearing so much to where you have to re-gear it. But I do like this overall design. They do have a Denso fuel pump and injectors, I believe, too, which, if you don't know, Toyota uses Denso everything, and if they're using it, you know it's reliable. So I have not seen a Gideon interior, and if you're ordering a LTZ, you can get this. I love this color. Now, if this interior was all this lighter ash color, it probably wouldn't look good, but you have like this, I don't know, caramel color. And oh, it looks so good. It almost looks like salt and caramel. Like, it looks so good. And so power seat on the driver's side. And I did lie to you guys. There are no power folding mirrors. That is an option though for the LT model. And here's some of your controls for your full drive and drive modes, lights, and electronic parking brake. And you can see some of that stitching too right there. Dash looks good. I mean, this is an LT trim level, so it's not the lowest trim. You have a work truck, you have custom, and then this. But yeah, the seats look great. This one does have a center console, which you don't normally see that. Telescoping and heated steering wheel. And you have that 12.3, 13.4, and this one does not have heads-up display. You have to go to an LTZ to get that. But you do have push button start there. Dual climate control. Heated seats, and then check out the center console. I do like how big the storage is. The only thing I would ask GM to do, because I have a high country, is to maybe make this deeper and add a cover to it. That's the only thing. I don't like to see open storage because it looks messy over time. But here is the center console. It's in that ash color, looks really good. And then you have that 120 volt plug. And you have wireless charging for your phone, 2 USBs, deeper storage down below with a removable tray. I don't normally mention this, but you have storage there because I put my sunshades right there because they don't give you a spot up top. But while we're up here, home link, you still have LED lights. And check out your vanity. There's no lights, but you still get a mirror on both sides. Sorry about that. And notice the roof color too. It flows well with the interior. I like the Gideon interior. Like, even on the dash, you guys can see you have that two-tone, and it flows really, really good. Wood trim piece, although this is fake, has a nice appearance to it with a little bit of storage right there. Now let's go ahead and hop over to the side. So as I mentioned, manually operated seat here. Lower storage. And then you have this storage above too. Nice trim piece. It's like wrapped in a vinyl material, but it feels nice to touch with stitching. Grab handles on both sides too. And hopefully you guys can see that roof a little bit better too. Yeah, the sun is like gleaming today. Out back. You have air vents. You have a type C on the left and a type A on the right. seat back pockets, and they provide these little cubbies too. Power sliding glass. My LTZ doesn't have that either, by the way. And then storage below the seat. 60/40 bench. And I didn't know this, but you can remove this hump if you don't need it anymore, because I was thinking about adding a sound system on my dually. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly some of the controls here. Now, because this truck is sold, obviously I try not to idle people's trucks too long, so I normally skip over this stuff so I can go through the truck really quickly. But here is your gauge cluster. You can pretty much change the information in there. Also on this side, right now you have your drive modes and stuff like that. You can put your transmission temperature, you can put the time, you can see the compasses there, and drive modes show up on this side. And you can also just change the overall design of the screen too. You can add more display down below. And on this screen, it's very customizable. I haven't seen that. I guess when the screen is off, this is what shows up here. So that's my first time actually seeing that. We're gonna hit the on button. And then here's this. So you have your temperature outside and the time. This can be customizable. So if you don't have an Android phone or a Apple phone, you can put that on the second page. You can put your climate over there, your trailering if you like. And then here's just a look at that climate. Now obviously you saw down below, you can still use these controls outside of the screen. I love that GM does that. The home button takes you back here. If you do tow a trailer and you put the tire pressure monitoring system in your trailer tires, you can see that plus the temperature. So I strongly recommend, if you're ordering a truck, add those tire pressure monitoring sensors to your build. They're $50. $50. And then here's a few controls there. And let's go ahead and check out the Payload. Now here are the numbers. So why would you buy a long bed? Obviously if you need the space. One thing I like about this truck is they do increase the gross vehicle weight rating. So it's normally 12.1 for the standard bed. Long bed, it gives you 150 pounds more to accommodate for the weight. 6,000 pound gross axe weight rating out front. And then you have a 7,250 out back. 18 by 8-inch wheels, and here's the tire size again. And then the Payload is almost 4,000 pounds, 6 pounds away, right there. 30,000 gross combined weight rating. And then this truck weighs 8,256 pounds on the curb. So hope you guys liked the video. Again, special shout out to Jerry Seiner and the buyer of this truck. I don't want to say your name. I didn't have a chance to clear this with you, so I don't want to mention you if you don't want to be mentioned, obviously. So yeah, I like your truck. You did a good job on the interior color, and I like the options. Like, you have fog lights, you have the power tailgate, and you have a center console. So this is a win-win type of truck. See you guys in the next video.